Sweet justice. Back-to-back videos. I had some time to fart around a little bit today. It's 3:44 in the afternoon, going camp tomorrow. And I found this guy somewhere. I'm not sure where I found him. Dice Grimorium. He is making battle maps. Maps and tokens for D&D and Pathfinder. I like the art style. A lot of times when I look at things, I try and figure out how can I put this into Tabletop Simulator. And some of these things are just absolutely fantastic. Like this map here, I could totally see myself cutting this river out, putting a bridge across, making just these elements raised up across like a watery bed kind of a deal, which is pretty neat. But I started scrolling through it. I'm like, oh, this would be like fantastic. I've already done a Rifts map that has like like lava flowing underground and stuff like that. So this would be pretty cool to put this into Tabletop Simulator and have a battle. You get smashed or something. Every time you get smashed, you make a dexterity check or something along those lines to maybe fall in or at least fall off the edge and grab on. But yeah, fantastic artwork. Gridded, gridless, a little small camp and stuff like that. You can see on his deal. A lot of maps. He's got quite a few years. A little shack in the forest. One of the things that drew me to this guy was these tiers, which would be neat. Once I get them cut out, each tier, I can make the maps inside a Tabletop Simulator sort of leveled, different tiers like I do with the 3D kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. This map also, talk about freaking fantastic, man. Lava Pass. Oh man, I'm excited to put some of this stuff into the Tabletop Simulator. So, anyways, Dice Grimorium. This guy does some fantastic artwork. I don't know if he's a newcomer to the scene, if he's been around for a while. I have no idea, but I do like his stuff. His name is George. He's been DMing my group for friends for quite a few years now. In addition to gaming, I also create artwork whenever I can, so I decided to bring two of my passions, tabletop gaming and art, together to create Dice Grimorium. Very cool. George, you're one of my new favorite peoples, and I'll tell you why. Look at this. Arcane Wizard, $2 per battle map. That's going to get you everything in Tier 1. What's in Tier 1? So you're going to get access to all content released so far at this tier level. Unwatermarked maps, high-resolution image files, Roll20 resolution image files, grids, and gridded versions. Depending on the type of map, you can also maybe get multiple levels of map details, some props, no props, etc., or alternate map versions. Pretty cool. But for $2, you're getting all of that. Plus, you're getting tokens. You're getting alternate versions, different times of days. I've seen some seasonal work, which is pretty sweet. I'm not sure what the line version means. Oh, this must have something to do. It must be an art thing that I don't know about because I'm not an art person. But here's what clinched it for me. Original PSD. For $2, you're getting the PSD file, which is fantastic because with the PSD file, you can do all sorts of cool stuff that I'm going to show you right now. So we're going to crack out the, what is this one called? The small camp. And I'll zing this over to the side of the screen here in half a second. As soon as it loads up, and bada bing, bada boom, here we go. I don't know how the frick to work Photoshop because I'm a GIMP guy, but that's neither here nor there. I can figure it out slow and steady. Here's the map. How cool is this? Looks great, right? All right, we want to take the grid off. Boom, click the mouse button. What do we got down here? You want to take the tokens off? So inside a Tabletop Simulator, a lot of times what I do is I'll end up cutting these things off. Somehow, like, scooching with the grass and maybe blurring an image or cutting a piece of grass from another spot and propping it over top. But now I don't have to do that. What I would normally do, or what I did with this map, is I printed this out and resized it to, I think this is 6,000 by 4,000. So I resized it to the size 3,200 by 1890. And then I dropped it into Tabletop Simulator so that I would have an idea as to where everything sits on the map, because I'm trying to sort of stick with the art that's given, and like the campfire sits in this little pit, so it has to fit in Tabletop Simulator either 1600 by 945, or you could double the resolution to 32 by 1890, which makes it just a little bit more in-depth kind of a deal. So once I've set everything on there, because I know I have tents, I know I have stumps, I know I have a campfire, rocks and trees are all, all over the place. So I have all of the elements already. So once I drop them in there, and I know I'm not going to be using these trees. So also what I did was I took the trees out right away. Those were the rocks. These are the leaves. Where's the trees? Now this map line temp that's right here is outlines. You'll see the stuff disappear. Right? Look how easy this is, man, getting down to the nitty gritty. So I wanted all of this stuff. I wanted the leaves, the rocks, the grass, just to give me an idea as to where things were placed and how it felt. And then when I was finished putting all of these things on the map and dropping my trees in and getting my stumps and my rocks and everything placed, I came back into into this program, and I took out the rest of the stuff. So I took out the rocks, and I took out the where is it? I changed the hue and the brightness. I think I left layer 12, so the shades come off, and I took out, I don't know where they are, not the vegetation. Okay, so the vegetation is now gone, and the tokens. Pretty much just leaves me with this, and you're like, well, what's the point if you're not using all the other stuff? But I'll show you in a minute. Great looking map, fantastic looking floor map for the ground level of what you're working on. So that's actually pretty sweet. And not to mention, once I printed this out, you just basically you hit image, rotate 90, resize it to whatever, pump it out to, I pump mine out to here's the different variations. This was the original map. Oh, that's a little bit too much zoom action going on there. So this helped me place everything. And then, I don't know, I printed this, or I did this one not realizing that I didn't really need to have those. And then here's the final version. All right, so all things said and done, I was pretty happy with that. Talk about making my frickin' life easy, not having to go into GIMP and cut all of that stuff out or photo edit any of that thing or those things. So on the old map ski here, check this out. DG signifies that it's Dice Grimoire, so if I need to find it in the future, I know that that's what I'm looking for. Let's set the mood to a nice soft dusk and smash the build button. Behold my sweet creation. I'm going to go back to normal here so that you can sort of give you a bit of an overall view as to what's going on. So I just dropped a couple of trees on. The problem with Tabletop Simulator is if I had all the trees from the original photo, you wouldn't be able to move. You'd constantly be placing minis on top of trees. So I wanted to drop in enough trees to make it feel foresty, but leave an open enough area for a battle where I don't have to screw around with my guys too much. And then I put in a little fire that you can see going on here. So the premise of this one is going to be like a nighttime battle. So we drop her down to dusk and we roll through the sweet, gentle breeze of the forest, rolling into our party who is watching the bard play a lovely song while the human thief tells a tale of victory, perhaps. I don't know. This guy says human male werewolf, but he's just a human dude with a spear, has a grumpy look on his face. Maybe he's looking on in disbelief. And the barbarian, he's over here just, being adult. He's got his mouth wide open. He's like, yeah. They're all hanging around the campfire. I got my little boxes. I got my little loot satchels that I put down. I got my rocks over here and all my trees in my tents. So, pretty sweet looking little campfire, little axe in the stump there. There's some stump action going on. I put a little stump and some trees back here with some rocks and things. All said and done, looks pretty good. Oh, but what's this? I'm sure you've already seen it. A band of marauding goblins is about to attack the unsuspecting, cheerful party of campers. I dropped some little goblins in here, man. Set, good to go. It is attack time. How cool is that? It even looks freaking cool. These guys back here, these guys are illuminated by the fire. Oh, it's awesome. I love Tabletop Simulator. It's top notch. So, unfortunately, this map, I do not have permission to release any of this guy's stuff. This is IP protected material. This is somebody else's Dice Grimorium's intellectual property. So this is just a personal map I made for personal play. But I would be taking off all of these minis. But yeah, ideas abound. You drop whatever you want, put your party in there, attack them with whoever they need to be attacked with, and you're golden. Pretty cool looking thing all said and done. This took me maybe one afternoon to sit down and make this. Now I've got another map that I can use to try and smash my players' faces in. That's it. Short and sweet. Peace out.